5 years have come and gone since we saw the scenes
9/11.
and felt the sorrow that the terrorists can cause.
Here we go, 9/11.
We've had time to take stock of our situation. We've added many critical protections to guard the homeland. We know with certainty that the horrors of that September morning were just a glimpse of what the terrorists intend for us, unless we stop them.
I was zigzagging across the country like a
maniac. We find ourselves debating the causes of conflict and the course we have followed. Such debates are essential when a great democracy faces great questions. And one question has surely been settled, that to win the war on terror, we must take the fight to the enemy.
How's that working for you?
Yeah. How's that working, 28%?
If you look real close at that glass in front of Cheney, his teeth are in it.
Yeah, sure. It's bedtime.
From the start, America and our allies have protected our people by
staying. He could put worse in there.
The enemy knows that the days of comfortable sanctuary, easy movement, steady financing, and free-flowing communications are long over. For the terrorist, life since 9/11 has never been the same.
They know we're burning wood chips.
Our success in this war is often measured by the things that did not happen. We cannot know the full extent of the attacks that we and our allies have prevented. But here's some of what we do know. We stopped an al-Qaeda plot to fly a hijacked airplane into the tallest building on the West Coast. We broke up a Southeast Asian terror cell grooming operatives for attacks inside the United States.
This is all this morning.
We uncovered an al-Qaeda cell developing anthrax to be used in attacks against America.
I don't know, I saw 24 the other night.
August,
we're not doing so well.
Uncovered a plot to blow up passenger planes bound for America.
And I'd like to thank Jack Bauer.
Ocean. For each life saved, we owe a debt of gratitude to the brave public servants who devote their lives to finding the terrorists and stopping them.
The Ron and Fez Show on 92.3 Free FM, covering the President's State of the Union address tonight.
Every success against the terrorists is a reminder of the shoreless ambitions of this enemy. The evil that inspired and rejoiced in 9/11 is still at work in the world.
There we go.
And so long as that's the case, America is still a nation at war. In the mind of the terrorists, this war began well before September the 11th. And will not
during the Clinton administration
is fulfilled.
When most of the plotting was done.
These past 5 years have given us
a lot of the paperwork was handled then.
Enemy.
We begged him to go after.
Al-Qaeda and its followers are Sunni extremists, possessed by hatred and commanded by a harsh and narrow ideology. Take almost any principle of civilization, and their goal is the opposite.
Pants.
They hate pants.
Destruct with bullets and bombs, and promise paradise for the murder of the innocent.
If this was an Islamic nation, Nancy Pelosi would be raped for being up here.
They want to overthrow moderate governments and establish safe havens from which to plan and carry out new attacks on our country. By killing and terrorizing Americans, they want to force our country to retreat from the world and abandon the cause of liberty. They would then be free to impose their will and spread their totalitarian ideology. Listen to this warning from the late terrorist Zarqawi. We will sacrifice our blood and bodies to put an end to your dreams. And what is coming is even worse.
Is this part of his speech or Zarqawi?
I'm very confused. Sounded scary though, didn't it?
Yeah, the president just said he's going to put an end to our dreams with bloodshed.
These men are not given idle words. And they are just one camp in the Islamist radical movement. In recent times, it has also become clear that we face an escalating danger from Shia extremists who are just as hostile to America and are also determined to dominate the Middle East. Many are known to take direction from the regime in Iran, which is funding and arming terrorists like Hezbollah, a group second only to al-Qaeda in the American lives it has taken.
I wouldn't mind if we could just take over one country in the Middle East
faces of the same
and finish that.
Threat. Whatever slogans they chant,
Obama hasn't opened his eyes on that.
Innocent, they have the same wicked purposes.
He's sitting next to Kennedy. The fumes are getting to him.
Kill democracy in the Middle East and gain the weapons to kill on an even more horrific scale. In the 6 years since our nation was attacked, I wish I could report to you that the dangers have ended.
That I could protect you.
And so it remains the policy of this government to use every lawful and proper tool of intelligence
and a lot of unlawful
diplomacy, law enforcement, and military action to do our duty, to find these enemies, and to protect the American people.
Wood chips. And once again, wood chips.
You know, we got Mars and robots last time. We're down to wood chips.
I want to bring back the mule.
Well, he married her.
We are looking to establish fat clubs in every school in America.
It is a decisive ideological struggle, and the security of our nation is in the balance.
I wonder if Tom Brady gets to go to this one.
We must remove the conditions that inspire blind hatred and drove 19 men to get onto airplanes and to come and kill us.
9/11.
What every terrorist fears most is human freedom. Societies where men and women make their own choices, answer to their own conscience, and live by their hopes instead of their resentments.
Hey, heating their homes with wood chips.
Violent and malignant ideologies.
John Warner's still
And
alive.
most will choose a better way when they're given a chance.
He's thinking about Elizabeth Taylor when she was hot.
Helping moderates and reformers and brave voices for democracy.
We all are.
The great question of our day is whether America will help men and women in the Middle East to build free societies.
You notice he
said the rights of all
said
humanity.
9/11.
Oh my God! Look at Condi's face.
Is this in
For the
3D?
sake of our own security,
Look at her.
we must.
A psycho tonight.
Ugh.
Look at Easter Island head.
We have heard 9/11 100 times. We keep hearing the Middle East. He won't say the word Iraq.
That's true. Some place that I'm sending troops. Not saying where.
Years, we've seen the desire for liberty in the broader Middle East.
Yeah.
Middle East.
And we have been sobered by the enemy's fierce reaction.
Sobered.
In 2005, the world watched as the citizens of Lebanon raised the banner of the Cedar Revolution. They drove out the Syrian occupiers and chose new leaders in free elections. In 2005, the people of Afghanistan defied the terrorists.
The last one awake gets to be the new president.
McCain hasn't suffered this hard since he was in a Viet Cong prison camp. It's the last time you had to put up with this kind of thing.
Adopting the most progressive democratic constitution in the Arab world, and then electing a government under that constitution. Despite endless threats from the killers in their midst,
wearing a robe?
Nearly 12 million Iraqi citizens came out to vote in a show of hope and solidarity that we should never forget. A thinking enemy watched all these scenes, adjusted their tactics, and in 2006 they struck back. In Lebanon, assassins took the life of Pierre Gemayel, a prominent participant in the Cedar Revolution. Hezbollah terrorists with support from Syria and Iran sowed conflict in the region and are seeking to undermine Lebanon's legitimately elected government. In Afghanistan, Taliban and al-Qaeda fighters tried to regain power by regrouping and engaging Afghan and NATO forces.
All right, we're dancing all around it. We've heard Syria, Lebanon, and Afghanistan.
And other Sunni extremists blew up one of the most sacred places in Shia Islam, the Golden Mosque of Samarra.
The sun will come out Samarra.
Directed at a Muslim house of prayer.
That's what he calls Cheney's head.
Was designed to provoke retaliation from Iraqi Shia.
There it is, Fezzi.
We finally heard about Iraq.
Iraqi Shia.
With the mosque blowing up.
Received support from Iran, formed death squads. The result was a tragic escalation of sectarian rage and reprisal that continues.
This sounds like Lord of the Rings.
All made up names.
This is not the fight we entered in Iraq.
The Cedar Revolution. When the trees revolted.
Every one of us wishes this war were over and won.
Yeah.
Yet it would not be like us to leave our promises unkept.
Like us.
Our friends abandoned. And our own security at risk.
Tell us about the rape rooms.
Here's Arthur Kett looking fantastic after all these years.